spring and summer were the busiest time for the Mainline passenger market. The Wild Nor'Wester was completely overbooked that Rebecca and Richard were tasked with helping Pip and Emma, and the Wild Nor-Bresley ended up taking the strain on poor Gordon. Every morning he would wake up in a good mood and come back in the evening with a sour one.
My goodness, Gordon. With how you were going today, you'd think your train was on fire.
I was trying to keep to time, Henry.
I understand that, but don't go overdoing it. We can't afford you to be out of action.
I won't, Henry.
But I'm sorry to say that Gordon did overdo it. As he woke up, he tried to leave, but found he couldn't.
You did overdo it yesterday, Gordon. Your firebox needs cleaning now. Great.
But who is going to take my express? Spencer is busy, Henry is at his forest, and we all know James is banned from pulling my express.
Well, what about his brother? Good idea. I'll talk to Mr. Melvin and see if he could be arranged.
Oh, the indignity.
As much as Gordon wanted to protest, he knew he couldn't let his passengers down. Mr. Melvin soon made arrangements with Flying Scotsman's owners at the NRM. They agreed to send Scotsman to Sodor, and soon enough, a BR Green A3 engine arrived on the island. On his way to Nafford, he stopped by the works to see his...
Why, hello there, little brother.
Why must you call me that? I was built before you, well known at the time before you, and...
Oh, don't you go wasting your breath on me, Gordon. We're brothers. Now, let me get a good crack at your retirement record.
Wait, no, that's not your record to break!
Gordon called out, but Scotsman was far gone when Gordon called after.
Why did the Fat Controller agree to this?
For the next couple of days, Flying Scotsman handled Gordon's Express very well. He kept to time. He'd beaten Gordon's Express record and even made fast friends with Richard, the new engine. But everywhere he went, and everyone he saw, people would gather around him and take photos or get autographs from his driver and fireman. But every time he passed the workstations, he would look away from Gordon. The big blue engine could see something was off about his little brother. In fact, that's all the engine did. He became distant, less chatty than he used to be, and only spoke when he was spoken to. One afternoon, as Gordon was getting ready to leave the works, Lily came up to him.
Morning, Gordon. How are you doing? Ready to go back to work?
Morning, Lily.
I hope this isn't a bother to you, but I have a question for you. Have you noticed your brother lately?
A little. Why do you ask?
I'm not trying to cause any alarm or anything, but Colin and I were talking about him just the other day.
Really? I'm worried for Scotsman. He seems not himself. He didn't even tell me one of his famous Rose Road stories.
I agree. I'm seeing Gordon at the works later on. I'll probably talk to him then.
I see. That isn't like my brother. I'll have to have a chat with him tonight.
And he did. When he came back into the sheds that night, he found Flying Scotsman looking up at the sky.
Stars are beautiful tonight, aren't they?
Oh, Gordon!
The other engines are expressing concern for you. Is everything alright?
Yes! Why wouldn't it be?
I know you, brother. When something isn't right, you end up becoming quiet. Please, if there's anything I can do to help, you can just say it.
Flying Scotsman looked at Gordon and saw he was trying to help him, so he explained everything.
I'm not happy, Gordon.
What aren't you happy with?
My excursion career. Don't get me wrong, I like taking rail tours, but it becomes too much for me. When I am on Sodor, however, I feel free. Free to roam the rails. Free to feel the wind on my smoke deflectors. Free to feel...
Yourself?
Exactly.
Have you spoken about your concern with your owner?
I can't. I'm the people's engine. I can't disappoint my fans. Please, older brother, don't tell this to Mr. Melvin.
And with that, Flying Scotsman went to sleep, leaving Gordon much to think about. Later that morning, Gordon arrived at Vickerstown right on time. As his passengers left the coaches, he saw Alice backing into her train.
Morning, Gordon. Everything alright?
Morning, Alice. No, not really. I heard some things about my brother.
Is it how he wants you to be free from rail tours?
How did you...
He told me when I was at Shildon a couple years back. He told me not to tell anybody. I thought he handled it, but I guess not. He must tell Mr. Melvin, or goodness knows how long his feeling was blocked up for.
Gordon knew Alice was right, and when he got back to Nafford, he told Mr. Melvin everything. Later that day, when Flying Scotsman woke up, he found Mr. Melvin right in front of him.
I want to thank you, Scotsman, from the bottom of my heart, for helping your brother with the express these days. It has been an honor having you on my railway.
It was not a problem, sir. I was happy to help.
About that, it seems like you haven't been happy for quite some time, especially being an excursion engine from what I've been told by your brother, Gordon.
Flying Scotsman was shocked and tried to find an excuse.
Well, it's not just.
Scotsman, I have someone here to see you.
It was Flying Scotsman's owner. It was Sir Peter Hendy.
Hello, Scott.
Flying Scotsman burst into tears upon hearing those words.
Oh, I am sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I
Didn't want to disappoint the People's Engine. I get it. Scotsman, you are a member of the National Collection and one of my engines upon the fleet. Your feelings matter to me and the crews who restored you. I wish you told me this sooner, however. But upon having a meeting with Mr. Melvin, I, along with the team, have decided to sell you to the Northwestern Railway, and to Sodor in general.
but sir,
You've done more than enough express services and rail tours in your lifetime. Consider this a thank you for all your hard work. You've done me, the National Collection, the Yard Manager, Sir Nigel Gresley, and every single owner proud.
Flying Scotsman beamed from buffer to buffer. Later that night, as Gordon backed down into his berth, he saw Scotsman, and for the first time in days, smiling.
I'm a Northwestern like you, Gordon.
I heard.
Thank you, Gordon. I really appreciate what you did for me.
We're Doncaster brothers, Scotty. We look out for each other.
Right you are, little brother.
London Northern!
Eastern Railway!